Spotlight Sims, lads.
Spotlight Sims.
Spotlight challenges.
Spotlight Sims will make a return in Season 7. From the blog post has got everybody in a frenzy. You saw the whole little reel in the beginning. But how are we actually going to prepare for these Spotlight Sims coming into the game? I got 3 or 4 quick things that you guys can do right now to go ahead and prepare for Season 7's Spotlights that are eventually going to be coming. So the first thing has to do with what we previously saw in Spotlight Sims from the first, I guess, initial time that they came in here, when we got these 60s all the way up to the 2010 Spotlight Sims along with the final John Wall. If you were to go through, and I know a lot of you guys have probably done most of these Spotlight Sims, but if you actually go in and look, they all have a general theme to them. The first one starts with 3 players from a team that person played for. Then we have 4 players from what they've personally played for. We have 5, then we have 6, then we have 10. Quite a jump, 2K. 4, 5, 6, 10. Maybe they don't know how to count over there. But the thing is, you're probably going to want to assume that they may follow suit in this. Generally, the whole idea of Spotlight Sims is that you have to use a set number of cards or cards from a certain theme. They've been a big fan of it in the agendas for all of the XP this season, and it's probably going to be something that happens. Although I do have a suspicion that there's a certain type of card that may be involved in it. But the first step, I would say, and the first tip that I can give you guys is make sure you have 10 cards from every single team minimum. It shouldn't be too hard for you guys to do it, but if you need to go in and actually look and see to count them, you can go to players and start through team, and then boom, each page right here. You can change the team to 76ers, we'll say, for example, and you can see these are rows of 5. So if you see 2 rows of 5, you are good. For 76ers, we got a few of them there, and you can just scroll through each one of these just to make sure you got some of every single sort of team. That's just a quick one to look at, and you can also see where your teams are pretty weak at. And that's going to be my second tip. Find out which teams you personally don't have a lot of cards for that you're going to want to use this, because the first thing was, we have to use 10 cards from a given team. So if we were to use the Clippers, for example, since we're on it right now, and I were to go ahead and make this team right here. Actually, I'll do my challenges lineup. So if we were to take this team right here and we were to add a bunch of Clippers players first, if you look down at the bottom left, you can hit search collections and then type in a team, and we'll do the Clippers. If I can actually get to the correct one, we're gonna have to make sure we have enough players. So we'll throw in Patrick Beverley right there. We'll take the Clippers. We have Kawhi Leonard and all that sort of stuff, and then we can just throw in a bunch of like randoms on the bench. You're gonna need to have at least 2 players that are actually going to be good for that said team, because, well, you need 10. Now, for a lot of these Spotlight Sims, I'm going to assume that we're going to be playing on, that Hall of Fame difficulty, because they've been a really big fan of it and all of the other things that we've got this season. So, and previous seasons, honestly. So you're going to want to make sure you have some good cards, because let's be honest, you're not going to want to play Hall of Fame difficulty against that, like, Opal, Hondo, and that sort of stuff when you do not have that top tier card, because who are you going to guard him with? But because of that, we are going to be able to use 3 cards that we didn't want, and this is assuming that they follow the same formats. Well, this could change, and it could be completely irrelevant. But, for this example, if we're using the Clippers, I have Patrick Beverley and Kawhi Leonard as 2 cards that I like to use, and then I can kind of have fun with whoever I want over here on the bench. For example, this could be my team to play one of the games. I have 10 Clippers players that are all good, and I'm actually comfortable with and can have some fun with, which can be good. So make sure you go through and look at all the teams that you may have some weak spots in. That way, when you're actually playing these games, you won't have too hard of a time actually using it. Because, for example, if we didn't have, Kawhi Leonard here, we were forced to run because we didn't have anybody else, like Emerald JJ Redick, we're probably getting smacked with Hondo and that sort of stuff on there. So it's just something to look at. Make sure you have good cards and top cards for each team that can still provide you with a little bit and that you are comfortable using, because if you don't, it's going to be a pretty tough time for you. I'm not going to lie. Hall of Fame difficulty is no joke. When they're on it, they are on it. But the cards that I'm saying I'm thinking 2K is going to find a way to sneak in are these 2021 current NBA Series 3s. Now, I don't think too many of them are going to be used. It might just be a use 1 or 2 here, but it could be use 10 Series 3 cards, and if it is that, I think these Spotlight Sims are going to be an absolute joke, and not a lot of people are going to be using them, but I have a sneaking suspicion that 2K is going to find their way to use some of these, and will continue to try to make ways for you to get them throughout the season. So I don't recommend you go out and buy them, but be ready to have to get some, and maybe if you want to, you can sit on some snipe filters, like go to theme and then have the current NBA Series 3 and just kind of throw it down to whatever buyout that you want and try to pick some up for dummy cheap. It might help you, but this isn't confirmed. All of this is kind of speculation, but I have a sneaking suspicion that we might see some Series 3 players getting incorporated into this, so just beware of that. You might want to snag a few of them early on because you never know what we're going to see in here, and there can be some nice ones, like that Bandmeta buyout might be a pretty decent price, but just beware of that. So other things that I would say you want to keep out for and want to get ready for are diamond shoes. Diamond shoes are something that every single time we get good cards, especially cards that are free for people to get, we see an increase in diamond shoes in value. And there's 3 shoes in particular that almost always that fluctuate pretty hard in price because everybody kind of wants them. I'll see if I can find them just by going to diamond shoe cards. Here's our first one. They're all Kobe Grinches. We have the first one being the I think this one's called the defensive shoe because we have block, interior, lateral quickness, perimeter, and steal. Then we have the 3-point shoe, which is right here, offensive consistency, close shot, free throw, mid-range, and 3-point shot. And then there is one more, which is the dunking shoe, which apparently it's hard to find. There it is, which has ball handle, driving dunk, acceleration, speed, and speed with ball. So if you can sit on here on a few snipe filters or anything like that to try to find some of these shoes for pretty cheap, you probably could make a killing once these come out because everybody wants these shoes. They're the only 3 shoes in the entire game that give a +5 boost to all of the stats, and every single time there are new cards, they'll go up in price, and I guarantee you all 3 cards are going to want these in some way, shape, or form because they're just the best shoes. So those are going to increase in value for sure. So you could make a killing just by grabbing some of these, waiting for Friday content or waiting for Spotlight Sims. People are definitely going to want them. Now, other things like diamond contracts also probably are going to find their way into increased value. Diamond contracts are something that everybody wants, and because they're going to be free cards, a lot of people may want to pick up diamond contracts to throw on their cards just to have some fun with. It's an interesting thing, but you never know. People could want them. I have a few saved up just for rainy days like this, but it could be something that you go ahead, buy some, and flip, or even just look to get yourself before they actually happen. If you want to use those, make sure you pick them up now ahead of time instead of on the day of, because that's when their prices are going to skyrocket. Beware of that. Things like badges as well, they're going to increase in value as well, but we don't know what the badge is going to be looking like. So my best bet, if you want to plan ahead badge wise, just in case, you could pick up some of these wonderful ones that they have in the token market just to have some fun with it. It could be cool. Who knows? Either way, I do think that staying a little bit away from level 40 as well is something that could actually help a lot of you guys, because it's almost guaranteed that we're going to see some sort of XP that is going to be tied in these challenges, or if you're somebody who hasn't actually gone ahead and got a lot of XP, if we do have these use 10 players challenges, if you plan it correctly, you actually can do some of the agendas as well inside some of these spotlights. So you could leave off like a Boston Celtics one, for example, and just wait. Not the Boston Celtics because they use a multiplayer win, but we'll say the Brooklyn Nets down here, because if you win a game using 13 Nets players, you're looking pretty solid. You pick up some good Nets players, that way you have a solid starting 5, and then you can just clear through your way, and you win a game using 13 Nets players, and you can get some of these other XP challenges knocked out pretty nice and easy. So, even if they don't drop a challenge, in the agendas that says, play 15 challenge games and gives you XP, these still are going to be great options to give you basically a free way to get a lot of this XP done, because if there's a challenge that says use 10 Nets players, you're going to have to win the game anyway, so what's using 3 more and just trying it out? Just something that you could look at and I think could be helpful for some people. And now when it comes to actually, are we going to get these and when are we going to get the Spotlight Sims, because all the hype's going on. Personally, I don't think we're going to see any of these Spotlight Sims until this kind of token market stuff is done. They're dropping every 2 days some cards or some new badges in the token market, just so people can get some new badges. And you can see right here with these packs, they last 4 days, 16 hours, 48 minutes, and 30 some odd seconds. I don't think we see Spotlight Sims until this is all done, until the week is over. We have the Friday content, and then I think we'll see Spotlight Sims probably next Monday through Thursday, somewhere around there. I know it's a wide thing, but I think you're pretty safe for it, so you could wait until the weekend to pick up some badges that you were looking for, or wait till the Friday content drops to pick up some of these Series 3 players, because that's when the prices are going to be at their lowest. But this in general is going to be the best way to kind of prepare for it, because given 2K's previous history, they always want you to have a lot of cards from certain teams and things like that to get you involved and get you to spend your MT and that sort of stuff. And I would say don't rush and get these Spotlight Sims done. I doubt they make it another thing where they link them together, but it could be possible that you'll need John Wall like you used to need James Harden. So who knows? But they haven't said it, so far I think you're kind of clear of that. So let me know what you guys thought about the video down in the comment section below. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new and like the video you guys did enjoy. What's going on personally do you guys think with Spotlight Sims? When do you guys think we're going to be getting them and all that wonderful stuff down in the comments. Also, new little bit of a video format, just hopping right into it. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see y'all in the next video.